One question I constantly ask myself when finding things to make videos on is what makes a locale a locale? A question that won't be answered in this video. Instead, I propose to you this question. When does a troll go too far? When does it turn from good fun to harassment? Well, to answer that question, I present to you Dragonlord, a man who is known on the internet as the German Christian. But how did he get that title? And is it justified? Our story starts in this place. As you can tell, we're located in Germany, so let's try to stay away from the pronunciations. Our protagonist for the story is Rainer Winkler, a man born into a normal family, a truck driver father, a stay-at-home mother, and a sister. So far so good. After kindergarten, his mother got him tested, and it turned out that he had dyslexia and other learning problems, so he was then sent to a school that was more tailored toward him. He apparently was bullied throughout his schooling, and his childhood was tough, but we can only go by his words and stories. After finishing 10 years of schooling, leaving with no degree, Rainer bounced from job to job, with unemployment periods sprinkled in. It was already looking rough for Rainer, but things would become a lot tougher when his father passed away in 2011 due to cancer. In his will, he leaves his son with his real estate and with an undetermined amount of money. Soon after, both Rainer's mother and sister moved out of the house, leaving Rainer to do whatever he pleases. This is quite a downer story so far, but there was one upside that Rainer saw in his father's passing. Well, other than getting his real estate and a ton of money. Rainer's father for some reason had a strict rule against the internet, so since he and everyone else was gone, not only could Rainer get online, but he can pursue one of his favorite passions. I don't know what it is about these locales wanting internet fame, but here we are. Rainer created his YouTube channel in 2011, calling his channel Dragonlord 1510. Dragonlord means Dragonlord in German, by the way. Since he was really into heavy metal music at the time, his videos would consist of his thoughts, opinions, and general knowledge of the genre. People found his channel, and they really didn't like the videos he was making. The main criticism he was getting was that he apparently knew absolutely nothing about metal music. Of course, I cannot speak to the validity of that claim, because I only listen to what some would consider the worst genre of music ever made.
Well, have I got the worst music for you?
That's a hard no thanks. No thank you.
Lo-fi hip-hop.
Damn it, I love lo-fi.
Well, you shouldn't love lo-fi because it's low-key garbage.
But these comments appeared more and more often, and Rainer would just ignore them and continue making his videos for the next 2 years. These haters of Dragonlord didn't stop. In fact, their influence spread beyond YouTube, and other nefarious people started to notice the Dragonlord. In early 2014, one troll would contact Rainer's sister and leave a not nice message. This of course isn't a cool move at all, but you don't need me telling you that. Rainer was obviously very upset that this happened, so he did something that you should never, ever do. He made a video challenging his haters to come fight him and gave out his address so they can find him.
Metal, Leute. Ich weiß, dass ein paar Arschlöcher da draußen meinen, ich sei das letzte Arschloch und der letzte Kasper und Drecksack und was weiß ich alles. Ich habe heute einen Aufruf an euch, kleinen miesen Drecksschweine. Irgendeiner, ich weiß jetzt nicht wer, es ist mir auch scheißegal. Ich weiß nicht wer es war. Irgendjemand hat meine Schwester mit einer PC-Computerstimme angerufen und gemeint, pass auf, ich weiß, wo du wohnst. Wer auch immer das war, traut euch, kommt zu mir als Schauerberg 8 in 91448 ins Kirchen. Traut euch, kommt zu mir und legt euch mit mir an. Ich prügel die Scheiße aus euch raus.
This one video being made kinda split the trolling of Dragonlord into 2 different sections. Before, it was all localized to comments in YouTube videos, but now people knew that the trolling gets to him, and knew where he lived, so now people had the option to either troll him in real life, or to keep it through the internet. Let's stick with the internet trolls for now. The trolling online in regards to Rainer would become more enjoyable to many people after this video dropped because Rainer started to upload a lot more. He stopped making videos about heavy metal and focused on other topics like politics and sex education, things he knew nothing about.
Fiona hat gefragt, mit welchem Tier möchtest du gerne Geschlechtsverkehr haben? Wenn ich mir allerdings ein Tier aussuchen würde, dann wäre es entweder ein Pferd, also sowohl ein weibliches als auch ein männliches eventuell, oder allgemein vielleicht irgendwelche großen Wassertiere irgendwie.
He then started a vlog series on his channel, but it wasn't really entertaining because he never left his house. He also decided to start streaming, and this is where most of the gold starts to come in. The first big troll right off the gate was his trolls getting Rainer to propose to his girlfriend, of which he knew for like 2 months, on stream. It turns out that this girl was actually a troll herself, and their breakup was streamed to 1,000 people.
Ich sehe das momentan halt als extrem großen Liebesbeweis von meiner Süßen, von meiner Erdbeere. Also im Prinzip will ich dich hier live fragen, ob du mich heiraten willst. Nicht unbedingt der romantischste Antrag, aber ja.
Oh Mann. Ist das dein Ernst?
Ja, schon.
Und ich sollte jetzt eine Antwort drauf geben.
Prinzipiell hast du es ja schon getan. Es ist nur die Frage, ob du dazu stehst.
Okay. Also Rainer, du bist echt ein ganz besonderer Mensch. Und mit besonders meine ich, du bist der fetteste, dümmste Idiot, den ich je in meinem ganzen Leben gesehen habe.
Let's see what we have next. Rainer faked his own death in order to get away from the trolls, but it didn't work and he just acted like it never happened. In 2018, he opened up a Pornhub account where he uploaded videos of himself doing things. While he was streaming one day, someone hacked into his camera feed and switched it to a video of him masturbating while he didn't notice.
Und doch du hältst mich nicht auf.
Ah, ist geil.
Es hört nicht auf. An dich sehen.
Whenever there was a mass shooting in Germany, trolls would contact the news outlets and report that Rainer was the one who committed the act. On 2 separate occasions, the news outlets actually believed them and ran the story.
Olduğu öne sürülen fotoğraflar da yayınlandı. Evet, o fotoğraflardan bir tanesi şu an ekranlarınıza geliyor. İddiaya göre o saldırıdan kısa süre önce internette.
These were just some of the bigger online trolls that happened to Rainer, and I'm sure you can find smaller stuff because they were just messing with him while he was on stream. If we want to get to the crazy stuff though, we're gonna have to leave the online world and talk about the trolls that happened IRL. So Rainer releases his video telling everyone to come fight him at his house in 2014, and as planned, some did. It started with people just driving by his place, but soon it got crazier and crazier, to the point where this event has its own name. Some people call it the pilgrimage, but I like this title a lot more.
That's hefty.
So first we have people simply driving past his home, shouting really loud, causing a ruckus, that sort of stuff. Since this was a pilgrimage, people would also bring gifts to his home. People launch fireworks outside of his house.
Die rennen natürlich gleich weg. So, ich stehe da an der Seite, ne? Erste Explosion. Und jetzt passt auf.
Threw glass bottles and broke windows.
Wenn es aus Versehen gegen den Kopf kommen kann.
Die meiste Bombe!
Threw eggs at his house and at Rainer himself.
Whoa!
There was a time where a group of people came with party decorations and a cake wanting to celebrate his birthday. When Rainer didn't want to come out of his house though, they just threw the cake at his house. Dragonlord, as you could have imagined, wasn't too keen on this stuff. People visiting him would be met with shouting, threats of violence, and actual violence.
Echt gespannt, wie lange ihr so eine Scheiße bekommt. Halt endlich dein Maul!
Kannst du bitte aufhören, so einflößend zu sein?
Wow, okay, das gibt eine Anzeige, das gibt Knast. Das gibt Knast.
He would fight using a big stick, and even walk around his village looking for trolls with his weapon on him. He would throw things back at the trolls. He would light a torch and yell at people. My favorite one was when Rainer hit someone's car while they were driving past his house with a big stick. The people in the car were obviously upset and got out to confront him. This one's my favorite though because the people in the car didn't know who Dragonlord or who Rainer was. They were just some tourists passing by the town and their car got hit with a big stick.
Könnte ich sogar damit durchkommen, weil ihr hier ständig Stress macht, Alter! 5 verschissene Jahre! 5 verschissene Jahre, ihr Hurensöhne!
Wir sind hier durchgefahren!
Ihr habt nichts an euch davon! Da unten ist das Schild durchfahren!
Apparently, Rainer would get hundreds of visitors per week for several years, and even the police stopped coming to his house because it was so normal. When it came to these trolls, both IRL and online, the goal was always to have the two intersect. IRL trolling while he's streaming. When Rainer first started the stream, he was swatted. In fact, he was the first person in Germany to have been swatted.
Moment. Lieben Hater, jetzt habt ihr richtig Scheiße am Arsch. Die haben jetzt hier einen Großalarm bei mir ausgerufen von wegen Brand und so weiter. Ihr glaubt doch nicht, dass ihr damit davonkommt. Alter, dieses Mal habt ihr echt zu viel Scheiße gebaut. Jetzt fliegt ihr raus. Das schwöre ich euch. Jetzt erwischen wir euch. Das war's, Alter. Das kann nicht sein. Ihr seid tot, Alter. Ihr seid tot, scheiß Hater, Alter. Schwöre ich euch. Tschüss.
People would set fireworks outside of his house while streaming, and one time, he apparently shit himself after being startled by the noise.
Ich muss mal schnell aufs Klo.
Window smashing was also something that would occur on stream. Lastly, of course, we need to talk about the biggest troll ever pulled on Rainer. Instead of me telling you though, I'm just gonna play this clip from Count Dankula because it saves time and he explains it better than I could.
Then the Haders decided to do something major. The biggest thing that they've ever done. And in order for this plan to work, it would require all of them to work together. There is a festival called Schanzenfest, which is an annual alternative left festival which has been happening every year since the 80s, and it takes place every year in Schanzenviertel in Hamburg, and these festivals usually result in riots. The Haders decided that on the 20th of August 2018 that they were going to have Schanzenfest in the village of Altschauerberg, right outside of Dragonlord's house. And so, on the 20th of August 2018, hundreds of people travelling from all over Germany descended on the village of Altschauerberg to begin the march towards Dragonlord's house. However, a literal state of emergency was declared and every emergency services imaginable was called to the village, including a lot of police in full riot gear. The police blocked people from getting to Dragonlord's house and they tried to herd them into groups to control the crowd. This pissed the crowd off, so they started destroying the town and damaging property and even tried to start brush fires. This resulted in very many arrests as the police tried to control the crowd. The festival goers partied on into the night before finally dispersing. This event got an awful lot of nationwide media attention and Dragonlord was even interviewed on the news about the event. During the event itself though, Dragonlord understandably hid inside his house.
You should definitely go watch the 2 videos on this guy that Count Dankula made. They're really good and they'll give you more insight on him. There also is apparently a Chris Chan-like documentary on this guy that I will link below. It is all in German, but the subtitles worked out for me, so if you're really interested, you could read all of it. Okay, so the town, and mainly the police, has had enough of this. They can only take so much from this guy, and it seems like he wasn't even trying to combat the trolls. It seemed like he was just letting them come in and attracting more. So, with no other option, they decide to step in and try to deal with the situation. In Germany, they have some really weird streaming laws. If you are a streamer with over 500 viewers, then you are now a broadcaster. All broadcasters must have a broadcasting license, and since Rainer couldn't get one, he had to stop streaming.
Der Antrag auf Verbreitung des Fernsehprogramms Drachenlord im Internet abgelehnt. Verfluchten Wichser, Alter. Fernsehprogramm Drachenlord. Was habe ich hier auf meinem scheiß Streaming-Kanal je gemacht, was mit Drachenlord zu tun hat, ihr Idioten, Alter?
Except he didn't stop. He just moved from YouTube to another streaming platform and made sure he cut his stream off before it reached 500 viewers. Then at some point he tried streaming, but not doing anything but sitting there. Then he just stopped caring about the order altogether, so that didn't work. Dang it. Okay, we gotta think of something else because this has to stop. What about jail time? Well, he had some legal troubles in the past. He was sentenced to 9 months of jail on parole for pepper spraying someone, so at least we have a paper trail on the guy. Okay, how about jail time for the trolls? Now, people are banned from entering the village in groups and causing loud noises, a rule that went into effect in 2001. But that also didn't stop the trolls from causing trouble. Man, what can we do to stop this happening? To stop the trolls? Wait a second, what's this? Rainer sold his house in October of 2021? Did we just get lucky? Well, that's right. In 2021, Rainer finally decided to let his house go and sold it. He then used the money that he got from selling the house to buy a truck. The city swiftly took action and bought the house. So, is our problem finally solved? Is this finally the end of the Dragon's game? Well, not quite. Rainer still gets to live in the house until they find an apartment for him where he feels safe. So what you're really saying is that we'll never get rid of the guy. Well, it looks like lightning does strike twice in the same place. Right after Rainer sold his house, he assaulted a hater with a flashlight. Since he's on parole, this resulted in a 2-year prison sentence, and we're all waiting to see if he actually goes to jail or not. The town finally seized this opportunity and destroyed the Dragonlord's lair, finally ending the Dragon game. Rainer is now currently living in his truck and in various hotels, dodging trolls and waiting for his next court date. Let's return to the question I proposed in the beginning of this video. When does a troll go too far? Well, I think Dragonlord is the perfect example for this. Sorta. Kinda. Wink. To properly end this video without being too cringe, I think some of the stuff that happened to Dragonlord is a bit too far. The girlfriend thing, throwing stuff at his house, and other stuff on that line. But, and hear me out, you must understand, this man lives in a garbage place, living a garbage life. I don't condone anyone messing with him, but I slightly kinda get it. If you want to broadcast yourself to the internet, you better give it your all. Why is your room, your house, your life looking like this? And you decide, alright, let's run the camera. Also, forgetting all of that, it's not a smart idea to actually tell people to come to your house and fight you, because then it gets harder to defend you. Be smart, don't react to the trolls saying to come fight you, because they will. Just sit in your room all day and make based metal music videos. Of course, you don't have to listen to me. I'm a loreanographer, not a metalhead. And with that being said, I'm out. Please give me suggestions on who to cover next, and I'll see you in the next video.